What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Accepting All Trades. Now, in last video, I asked you guys whether I should change things up or I should keep things the same in terms of this series, and you guys, by a slim margin, voted for me to change things up, which means that starting this episode, I'm going to be going back in time using successive older versions of NHL and using teams that were kind of special in each of those years. So I ran a poll on Twitter asking you guys, which team should I use for this episode, and by another slim margin, you guys have voted me to use the Detroit Red Wings, who missed the playoffs for the first time in 25 years. All right, so the hope is that I can help them make the playoffs this year, kind of rewrite history, but while also accepting all trades. It's also pretty good because we haven't yet used the Detroit Red Wings. We've got my Red Wings shirt here. I've got a jersey over there. We're all decked out. We're ready to go. And as always, guys, before we jump into this episode, I want you guys to let me know in the poll above how you think the Red Wings are going to do. Are we going to be able to redeem themselves and make the playoffs? Are we going to miss the playoffs and repeat history, or are we going to win the Stanley Cup? Same old story with the trade block. We've got our best forward, best defenseman, and best goaltender in terms of their trade value on the block. Surplus, everything and anything, wants less than 35 years of age, at least 78 overall. No picks, only players, because we want to make a playoff run again this year. Try and rewrite history. Let's see if we can do it. So the lineup that we're going to try and make this playoff run once again for the 26th year in a row, looking a little like this. Tatar, 86, Seidenberg, 89, Nyquist, 87. That's not a bad first line at all. And the second line is very, very good as well. Abdelkader, Nielsen, and Helm. Glendening, Larkin, 86, your third line center. That's actually very solid. Franzen, Athanasiou, Sheahan, and Joe Vitale. So you know what? Compared to the teams in NHL 18, I know 18 they brought their ratings down a little bit, but this looks like a great forward core at least to make a playoff run. And on D, I mean, the top four is pretty solid. I mean, you got Cronwall, Green, Eriksson, DeKaiser. The bottom six are not great. Sproul and Ouellette are kind of glorified AHL players. And in net, we got, a very average tandem, but deep. Howard and Mrazek, they'll pretty much take a 50-50 share of the games. So we're not going to lean too heavily on either one unless we trade one away. Again, we have no control over the trades. All we can do is accept any that come our way. So let's get into the season and see how this goes. All right, we had a pretty rough preseason there. Let's see if we can pull out a win in our first game. Nope. Big slap by Tampa, and then another L by Florida. Oh, God. So not a good start. And the scout is going to piss me off this whole season because in NHL 17, they didn't have the feature where you can hide the scout notification. So he's going to be calling every week. Just going to push through it, though. 6 games later, and we finally get our first win against San Jose, and we finally get our first trade. All right, so we got Radim Verbata coming our way, and we're getting rid of Marsh and Glendening. So Glendening, I think, was a roster player, but Verbata, pretty sure is an upgrade on him. Should add some more scoring power, and he's older, but it's only 1 year, so, I'm happy to take it. Well, we may be taking a lot of L's, but at least we're getting a decent number of trades going. So not even a month in, we've already got our second trade. Dennis Seidenberg, another old aging veteran, coming our way in exchange for Riley Sheahan and Seidenberg. So that should be an upgrade on defense. Losing Sheahan, which, I think in this 2016-17 season in real life, I think he scored just a handful of goals, maybe even 1 or 2. So let's just say he would have had the same year. Seidenberg, you're welcome. Oh no, I edited the trade. Propose. Okay, cool, good. I didn't screw up that time. Oh my! On my birthday, November 6th, Detroit just smacked Edmonton 11-2. Did you see that? And we have a trade. Pardon the interruption. Matt Hendricks for McKillray, straight up. No big deal. We'll take it. But we're on a massive win streak, a 7-game win streak at least. And we just slapped Edmonton 11-2. I've never seen that scoreline before. Dude, 9-game win streak. I don't care how much I'm talking about it. 9 games is crazy at this point. I'll take it. We just went from 1-7 to 10-7, and we're back in the playoff race, guys. We're not out of it by any means. We're only 7 points back of a playoff spot, and if we just need another run like we went on, and we'll be right back in it. But for now, we're out of the playoffs. Ottawa's having a great year. And our lineups haven't changed too much. First line's intact. We got Servida up here and Hendricks now. So those are 2 new acquisitions. Our center core hasn't changed. Our depth got a little bit better, I think. Tangradi instead of Joe Vitale. And Franzen's now on the 4th line. Defense again has got upgraded like I kind of wanted. So Cronwell Seidenberg now, that new acquisition, has pushed down Eriksson to the 3rd with Ouellette. But, you know, that's a lot better, I think. And no change in our goalie, so let's keep rolling through the next 2 months. I'm probably going to update the trade block because I don't want any more goalies after this, especially. We're getting Stalock, we're getting rid of Tangradi, who is our 4th line left wing, exchanged for a backup, our 3rd string goalie. So we'll take it, but I'm going to edit the trade block just a little bit. I took out the goalie from our wants, and because we have 3 basically now, so we don't need any more goalies, but I'm going to change this to a pending UFA so teams aren't afraid to trade us pending free agents after the season, because we'll take them. This is only a 1-year sim. We don't care. We just want to make a playoff run. So hopefully that brings in some more interesting trades, or just trades that are better for us. But don't worry, still have to accept them all. It looks like the pending UFA switch up has actually made a difference. So Boston's now offering us John Michael Lyles, who's a pending free agent, 1 year left on his $2 million deal. He's a defenseman, top 6D, so that should round out our top 6Ds and make him at least all 80 overall. We're getting rid of Callahan, which is an AHL prospect, so I'm happy about that. That's the kind of trades that I want to see. Huh? Whoa. Oh my god, I forgot he was in this game. Yo, Pavel Datsyuk. He's on my back, and he's on our team now. And it's NHL 17. Before this year was out, I think Detroit traded his rights to Arizona, even though he's going to play in the KHL. But in franchise mode, he's actually a legitimate player who can play. He's a pending free agent. He's Pavel freaking Datsyuk, and he's back on the Red Wings. We lose to Kaiser, which kind of sucks. But Datsuk's so much of an upgrade. Oh my god, this could actually be magic right here. Oh man, I'm pumped after that. Let's go. We got Datsyuk and Seidenberg back in the lineup. It's like the OG Detroit Red Wings. Let's go. Let's make this run. These trades, dude. Patty Sharp we're getting. We're losing Tatar. We're getting Patty Sharp. Another pending free agent. Oh my god, I'm so glad I changed that. This is getting exciting. Let's go. Okay, Andrew Ferentz. He's an AHL top 2D, so I don't know if he'll crack our lineup, but we got rid of Stalock, our fringe goaltender, whatever, our 3rd stringer, so it's really probably a nothing trade, but I'm happy to get rid of that excess goaltender. Oh my god, these trades, man. They just keep coming. We're getting Shane Doan now. Again, pending free agent. I think he retired after the season. We're making deals with the Coyotes. We're getting older players, 1-year deals. This is exactly the kind of trades that I want to see in accepting all trades here. We get rid of a pick and Renouf. Who knew you? Nobody knows you. Let's go Shane Doan. The bare minimum I want to do is change history and make the playoffs, all right? And I think we're on the bubble right now. We're going win-loss, win-loss. Come on, I got to pull out some wins here. Oh, dude, my heart. I thought we got Corey Schneider. And then I saw he was a AHL top 6 right winger with 600K to his name. So yeah, nothing to this trade. All right, so our position in the standings hasn't changed. And in fact, the other division, the Metro, looks to be stronger because there's no wildcard spots being earned in the Atlantic Division at this point. Still Florida, Boston, and Ottawa up top there. But we're right in the thick of it for the next would-be wildcard spot with Toronto and Tampa. And as for our lineup, it absolutely looks insane right now. No, like, elite players, but the depth is incredible, especially at center. Verbata, Zetterberg, Nyquist, Abdelkader, Datsyuk, he's back with Patty Sharp, Darren Helm, Nielsen, and Shane Doan on the 3rd line. Franzen, Larkin on the 4th line with Matt Hendricks. On D, it's looking very green. We lost to Kaiser, obviously, but now we have at least 80 overall throughout. So we got Cronwell, Seidenberg, Green, Eriksson, Ferentz, and John Michael Lyles. And once again, no change in our goaltenders. Trade deadline is exactly a month away. If we're going to make moves, we got to make it this month, all right? So last month to do it. We've got a solid team that needs to start picking it up in these last 3 months here. Come on, Detroit. This could be the oldest team in NHL history. We get Andrei Markov from the Canadiens and Flynn in exchange for Darren Helm. So, I mean, I'm sure they're loving that deal. Not really liking it, but it's good for our defense. Jeez, so many pieces are moving in this episode. We're losing a couple AHL prospects. Ferk is actually a really good one. We're getting John Mitchell, Cody Golibev, and an AHL goalie. So you know what? That's all right for our depth. All these guys might just be an AHL swap, to be honest, though. Not really that exciting. One more game against Vancouver. Take the L, and that is it. All right, so no more trades are going to be happening this episode. Our team is locked in. So let's have a look at the team one more time before we sim through the rest of the season. Larkin's up on the wing now, so that's a little bit better for him. And Athanasiou is now the 4th line center. Seidenberg's up at 90 overall, which is awesome. And we got Markov now, so Lyles is taking a seat on the bench. He's scratched. As for the standings, we haven't budged an inch. We're still in 6th place in the division. It's not good. We got to leapfrog at least 2 teams to get into a wild card spot. It's looking bleak at this point, but we just need one of those 9-game runs again like we had at the beginning of the year, and anything can happen. It's still possible. All right, moment of truth here. 2 games left, 1 against Montreal. Take the dub, boys, take the dub. And against New Jersey. Oh, they're amazing this year. Oh, is that it? No, we missed the playoffs. It was so promising with all these trades we got. We got Datsyuk back. It seemed like a magical run was about to happen, and it just didn't work out for us. In fact, comparing our season that we had this year in NHL 17 to the actual season that they had in real life, the Wings finished with a 33, 36, and 13 record, which was good for 79 points, and we got 85 points this year, all right? So we exceeded our real season stats by 6 points. If we can't, change history, at least we can improve on it. And we actually finished 7th in our division in real life instead of 5th that we did in this episode. In our conference, New Jersey absolutely destroyed it, man. 111 points. Columbus did well. Rangers, Pens, Caps, and Lightning. So no real surprises other than the Devils up there. In the West, San Jose, 114. Vancouver, 104. St. Louis, 102. Calgary, Minnesota, Preds, Hawks, and Stars are kind of on the bubble. Okay, so that's kind of mimicking real life. And remember, guys, there's no Vegas Golden Knights in this season to shock the hockey world and blow everyone's predictions and records out of the water here. So, yeah, Arizona finishes last, understandably. And now looking at our team, Nyquist was the top performer with 76 points, almost a point per game. That's very good for an 87 overall winger. Seidenberg, 89 overall, ended off the year with 70 points, the only 30 goal scorer on our team. So our scoring was spread across our whole team. I would have liked to have an elite player to, bring our team to that next level, which I was kind of hoping Seidenberg with Datsyuk back on our team would do, but he didn't really do too much. 53 points. I know he's old. He's 38, for God's sakes. But yeah, our new acquisitions definitely helped us. Verbata, Sharp, and Datsyuk were in our top 6 in terms of scoring for forwards. On D, had Kronwall and Green. I mean, I would have liked to see more out of Green. He's an offensive defenseman. He's got a reputation. He's fairly young. He's in his prime, so hoping more for 40 points out of him. Our goalie stats, wow. They didn't really share the games that I thought they would. I thought they would have split almost 50-50 because they're so similar in overall. But Howard took 65 games. I mean, he did all right, just above 500. Mrazek had a losing record. Jeremy Smith played a few games. I don't know why he did, but okay. Goals against average, 2.84. Mrazek with 3. Those are not good numbers. Save percentage, 9-10. And that was probably the difference, our goaltenders. Look at the goals against some of the top goalies. Corey Schneider, almost a 2. Martin Jones, less than 2. Good lord. In terms of defensemen, Burnsy had an unreal year as well with the Sharks. So, yeah, Jones and Burns, the Sharks tore it up. 76 points, still not almost point per game for defensemen. That's unreal. Almost 30 goals as well. In terms of the forwards, Tarasenko does not disappoint whatsoever. And in 18 and 17, he's still tearing it up. 54 goals. It wasn't the most. Ovi had the most, 55, but he had the most points. 101. Tavares in 97. Ovechkin, Kucherov, Stastny had a great year with Tarasenko. I guess just benefiting from all those goals he was scoring. 68 assists. It looks like it was the most in the league. Wow, Paul. All right, so the stage is set for the 2017 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, Chicago, Vancouver, Calgary, great rivalry there, and the Sharks and the Stars. In the East, Columbus, Rangers, Devils, Caps, Ottawa, and Tampa, and Florida, and Pittsburgh. All right, so some unique matchups there in the East. Similar stuff in the West, stuff that we're used to. Very unique matchups in the East, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. Let's go. Let's simulate through it in 3, 2, 1, bang! The Nashville Predators have won the Stanley Cup. Oh my goodness. So in this year in real life, of course, they lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins in the finals, but this year they changed history and they took home their first cup in franchise history. And they beat the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals in 6 games. So Florida, man, their rebuild is officially done. They are in it to win it now. Vancouver also almost made it to the finals, losing a 7-game battle to the Preds. Rangers had a fairly unique playoff run. 7 games round 1, sweep in round 2, 7 games in the conference finals. But yeah, congrats to the Nashville Predators on winning their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. They almost did it in real life last season, but they did it in NHL 17. And now let's round off this episode looking at the awards. Obviously, the Art Ross goes to Tarasenko, most points, and the Hart Trophy, by and large, the best player this year. The James Norris goes to Brent Burns, who tore it up with San Jose and actually repeats history, as he did get the Norris in this season as well. So he did in the video game, so that's awesome to see. The Bing goes to Tarasenko. Calder goes to Austin Matthews, so again, repeating history. Conn Smythe goes to Rene, who evidently carried them to the Stanley Cup. Vezina goes to Corey Schneider. All right, so he was in the battle with Jones. He ended up winning it. The Masterton Trophy goes to Kevin Miller. Okay, surprising. The Bergeron Trophy goes to Mikko. Okay, he's changing it up a little bit. Lindsay goes to Tarasenko, and the Richard goes once again to Alexander Ovechkin for the 5th year in a row. All right, guys, so that about wraps up this episode of Accepting All Trades. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Next episode, obviously, the theme now for the summer is I'm going to go back in time. So I'm going to be doing Accepting All Trades on NHL 16, using that franchise mode and using another special team to try and either revenge their, poor history in that season in real life, or try and change it, or try and duplicate history once again. All right, so I'll leave a poll in the community tab. Make sure you guys go check it out and vote on which team you want to see me use in NHL 16 in next week's episode of Accepting All Trades, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe for more, because I'm going to pump them out every week until NHL 19 comes. And until next one, guys, I'll see you then.